I think if you have this strained relationship with eating, you have a strained relationship most likely with your sense of self.
We're about to talk about hair health. I've had a hair glow up.
How I've gotten to a place where I can keep up healthy levels of activity without abusing myself about it.
This exercise is for all the boys, well, the straight boys. I didn't think I was ever gonna talk about this because this is a tiny thing that has made my relationships happier and healthier. I'm gonna show you my progress photos, but they are really not cute.
Boom! I'm feeling myself tonight, if that wasn't clear. Wow, look at this angle. I've never filmed from this angle. I'm trying to film from different angles in my apartment because I don't film that many different angles and there's lots in here. More importantly, one of the best changes I've made for my life glow up, quality of life glow up, is figuring out how to stay active even when I don't feel like it. And I would say I don't feel like it. I don't feel like working out probably like 40% of the time. And I go through phases where I get really fit and I'm exercising a lot and really on top of it. And once I've hit some of my goals, then I get kind of bored because I'm like, oh, now it's just maintenance. I'm just in maintenance mode. Boring. And I do kind of think I have a trend of then letting myself get a little out of shape. And then once I'm like sufficiently out of shape, it's fun to get back in shape again. It's not super conscious, but I just think I lose motivation. So I'm really proud of how I've gotten to a place where I can keep up healthy levels of activity without abusing myself about it while still letting myself take breaks and take it easy and really listen to my body. Let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, the most fit I ever am is 10 and 0 is I'm not doing anything for months. Then if I can maintain a 3, if I do a whole month at a 3, that's awesome. It is so much easier to get back into your fitness routine and keep your momentum going if you just don't rest at that 0 too much. So big thing I did was get rid of that all or nothing mentality and get pretty happy with that 3. Sometimes I'm at a 3 and that's okay. The hilarious thing about the all or nothing mentality, I'm one of those people too who I'm like, oh, it's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. That's how I am. Well, I know what all or nothing looks like. It looks like nothing. The all or nothing mentality is a misnomer. It's a nothing mentality. If I have the all or nothing, I'm not doing all that much. I'm doing nothing quite frequently though. So accepting that like I don't do all that often, so let's make it a nothing or something mentality. How about that? Let's just do something. And I'll tell you what, right now I'm in that mood. I am coming back from a trip where like I ate a lot and I can feel it on my body and that's okay. I'm not gonna say it's my favorite, and those body feelings, they fluctuate a lot. So I'm not gonna get reactive, but I would like to stay active, not reactive. Wow. So we're gonna go do a little workout for a day where I really don't feel like it. For probably like over a year or 2, I was doing like an average of 3 runs a week. And now I haven't run once in like 2 months. And I'm not stressing about it. I am not going to pressure myself about it. And instead, I'm getting in a little bit of aerobic exercise. I'm getting on the treadmill, going for a walk in my neighborhood. All I'm looking to do is move my body and get my heart rate elevated a little bit at least. I don't need to be panting and I shan't be pant. Okay, y'all, we're gonna do a little sumo squat. I'm doing a lighter weight than usual. Usually I will do like a 55-pound dumbbell. Today I'm gonna do a 45, because I feel like it. I don't feel like doing more. Whatever, it's still gonna be great. This exercise is for all the boys, well, the straight boys, and also the gay girls. I love lifting weights, I do. I have for many years. And then at a certain point, I was dreading it. And I was trying to figure out why all of a sudden I was dreading my weightlifting. Look at the butt, think about the butt. And it was actually because I made the weights so heavy that it was like stressful.
So I think I probably went several weeks where I didn't do anything. And I do weightlifting sessions now. They're shorter sessions and the weights are lighter. Oh, okay, let's do this. I'll tell you what, I hate filming in public and doing it. And you know what? I will probably lose some of that muscle that I've gained, but what I'm trading that loss for is a long-term relationship with exercise. Here's another issue. My left leg is longer than my right leg. I don't know if that's true. I like this one a lot because it does like hamstring to butt definition. I don't naturally have any definition there. Come on now. For me, when I see myself getting into like the dread zone of working out, it means those workouts are going to come to a complete and halting stop very soon. If I'm dreading it, because I'm no longer in a place in my life where I like abusing myself. That was a past me. I don't like to do that anymore. Yeah, get that tush. So if I'm working out, there needs to be enough enjoyment. And my goal is not to be the fittest human on the face of the earth, but rather to be able to sustain being active long term. So that means I need to preserve some of the joy of it. When I'm all done, I like to do a little stretching, because I'm old now, like I said, and my body's giving up. My body's trying to die, so I'm trying to let it not die. And then we're gonna slowly keep pulling it in, bring it over. You know, a little back crack. I don't have enough room. This is annoying. Let's do this again. Bring it all the way over. Still don't have enough room. Move. Ooh. Oh yeah, I think you have to really get it to the side. Feel it in your sits bones. So they would say to us in acting school. Put the character on your sits bones. Put it on the spine. Put the emotion on the spine. It's like, get me out of here. Check that out. Make sure it focuses. Hello? Okay, glow up habit number 2 that has drastically improved my life. This is a tiny thing that has made my relationships happier and healthier, and also improved my relationship to myself. Working on pausing. The pause. I'm talking about the pause that I need to do in order to emotionally regulate. Like when there's a moment of tension or a moment of stress or anger or disappointment or sadness or conflict, it's still really hard for me to even figure out what I feel in that moment. I'm just overwhelmed. So, forget about the expectation that I'm gonna know what to do or say in that moment, because I don't even know what I'm feeling yet. And so for me, the best thing I can do for my relationships and for myself is to pause, and I step away. It sounds like a tiny thing, but I know most of us are not doing it enough. It has completely changed my relationships. In fact, this is actual footage of me emotionally regulating. Stupid b****. Everyone's my enemy. Oh, you think I'm annoying? I'll show you annoying. I can be annoying. I'm gonna be so annoying, you're gonna wanna die. Look away, squirrel. It's hard for me to, I know don't be reactive in the moment, but it's nearly impossible for me to execute that instruction unless I leave the room, unless I remove myself from the thing. I can't guarantee I won't be reactive. What I can guarantee is that I'm gonna shut the door behind me and whatever I'm saying or doing you can't hear. That I can guarantee, and I'll work on the rest. When I'm feeling tense or I'm feeling hurt or anxious or I don't even know how to react yet, I step away. I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm gonna go fold my laundry. It doesn't have to be a big to-do. I'm gonna take a moment. I'll be back. It gives everybody a couple of minutes, and it gives me the time to think about okay, what am I feeling right now? What am I assuming right now? And what kind of reaction would be helpful right now? If I walk back into that room and freak out, is that gonna help either of us? Usually not. What can I do that would actually feel helpful to sorting through this thing together? The better I get at pausing, it doesn't guarantee that things will go the way I want, that life will go the way I want, or that people will do the things I want. Of course it doesn't guarantee that. But what it does get me a lot closer to is moving through the world in a way that I can feel good about. How do I want to be through this? It won't control the outcome, and it won't control other people. But what's the way that I can show up to a difficult moment that I can feel proud of?
Speaking of healthy habits, let me talk to you about my morning routine. As a child of a doctor and a nutritionist, you'll never hear me say that supplements are better than getting nutrients directly from your food. But what my parents also told me is that the majority of Americans are simply not getting those nutrients from their food. 45% of Americans are deficient in magnesium, 60% deficient in vitamin E, 34% deficient in vitamin A, the list goes on and on. And that's why growing up, we always took supplements to support our daily nutrients. So in the morning, the very first thing that touches my lips is AG1.
You can often spot it floating around somewhere in the background of my videos.
With just one scoop, it increases my intake of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. If you're trying to get more conscientious about your gut health, supporting your immune system, or simply getting your daily nutrients, AG1 supports a healthy bowel. It contains a comprehensive blend of micronutrients and phytonutrients, and it supports overall immune health. I also frankly just like that it forces me to improve my morning routine. I start my day with a big glass of water, I get my nutrients, then I take my meds and my coffee, and it's just the same routine every day, and it just feels good. Right now, AG1 is offering a surprise bonus limited edition gift on top of the welcome kit when you first subscribe, so head to my link to check it out while supplies last. If you're curious at all, give it a shot. It's one of those little changes that can make a big difference.
Long sleeve crew neck tee. Hot take. There is nothing sexier on a man than a long sleeve crew neck tee. Oh my God. Come on. Come on. Yeah. I'm the man of my dreams. Okay, let's fold this laundry. I do like to fold the big stuff first, because then the pile gets smaller faster, you know what I mean? It's probably what everybody does. Listen, there's a pressure to say my thoughts while I'm vlogging. I'm not saying they're interesting thoughts, I'm just saying these are the inane things going through my head. Also, definitely do Marie Kondo folding for stuff in drawers. Basically, Marie Kondo's approach is that you put all your things in like this way, so that when you pull out the drawer, there's no layers that you have to go underneath. You can see everything when you pull it out. And you do that by folding shirt into thirds, and then half, and then thirds again. And then you can put it into the drawer like so. It keeps my drawers organized longer. Next glow up habit, I know this is gonna be the favorite of the video probably, because speaking of healthy, happy, beautiful, we're about to talk about hair health. I have had a hair glow up, and I'm going to reveal some embarrassing things that I didn't think I was ever gonna share in here, but you do it for the content. Here we go. Step one is we're gonna wash this hair. Okay, now look away now. Tell you what, I gotta edit this video. Can't give this one to an editor. Ooh, ow, that's hot. Pretty hot. We're gonna wash the hair, shampoo, but we are not gonna condition, okay? We are not going to condition. I'll show you what we're gonna do next. Speaking of emotional regulating, the shower is actually where I do a lot of my regulating. As far as shampoo, herbal essences is by far my favorite. It really makes a huge difference in the quality, texture, and thickness, good, shapely waviness of my hair. Okay, I actually have to put this mic down. This is hard. Yippee! I'm clean. You guys haven't seen the forehead in a while, and this is why I have bangs. So we did not condition. Instead, we're gonna do K18, what the heck is this? Biomimetic hair science. This is a leave-in conditioning mask. It is exorbitantly expensive, and it has like changed my hair. You don't use it every day though. I do this maybe like twice a week now. I just started putting more effort into reviving my hair recently because I noticed I've always had pretty thick, pretty healthy hair, but I noticed recently that my hair looked bad letting it air dry, which did not used to be the case. Like I felt like I had to curl it, I had to style it, I had to straighten it because it looked basically like dead and fried, just air dried, which was not always the case. So I was like, oh, I guess I've like heat damaged my hair, which I have. So I've made major changes to revive my hair health. First, I went and got a haircut and I chopped a lot of it off. I chopped all the dead off that I could. This had amazing, amazing reviews, better than Olaplex or like anything else. It's definitely also more expensive, but I tried a bunch and this like is a night and day difference. I gotta get a squirt close up for you guys. Everyone likes a squirt close up. And you leave it in. And it feels like one of those like high maintenance products because it's like expensive luxury product that is going to make me low maintenance every day so that I don't have to be heat styling and damaging and trying to repair and fix my hair in other expensive ways. I'll link it, girl, I'll link it. This is the embarrassing part that I never thought I would vlog about, but whatever, it shouldn't be embarrassing. I, like 3 years ago, kind of thought I was losing my hair. And this is how my hairline has always been, even as a kid. But a couple years, like a few years ago, it got even worse. It got really extreme and I have photos. First of all, I thought it was like impossible that I could be losing my hair because I was like, I thought that only happens to men, but it definitely happens to women. So I was researching and I did try hers, again, not sponsored. And hers hair regrowth only works for certain kinds of hair loss. There's different kinds of hair loss and I didn't know what kind I had. So I wasn't certain it was gonna work, but I was like, I'll just try it and see. And it definitely gave my hair back. I'm gonna show you my progress photos, but they are really not cute. These are from 2021 and they were not meant to be seen. I literally kept them on like a hidden folder on my phone because I was so afraid of anyone ever seeing them. They really make me cringe, but it was helpful to be like, okay, this is growing my hair back. Sorry about it. I'm not gonna put this on now. I put this on before I go to bed. It doesn't work for everything, for every situation. It kind of depends. I don't know how to tell you. I don't know, just do your research, but it definitely made a difference for me. Okay, now when I'm feeling extra thick about myself and I want extra volume to my hair, this is a guy I swear by. Focus, for once in your life, Focus. Living Proof Full Thickening Blow Dry Cream. But this makes a huge difference.
Just work it. Just work the hair. Just kind of work it like, you know.
I feel like I never think it's enough and then I put more in.
It's enough, it's enough.
Now what? Now what am I doing? I forgot. And then do a little spritz of a volumizing tonic. It's blow dry time. Literally, look at this. Okay, look at that volume. That's volume, baby. I'm gonna show you how I like to style it, but in order to have healthy hair, the number one thing is I need to use heat styling less. So I'm only doing this routine I'm about to show you. I do this maybe once a week, and I figured out this routine that like it holds the styling longer so that I don't have to heat style so often. So that's the key, really, obviously, to healthy hair. A product alone is not gonna give you healthy hair. The key is really cutting down on heat styling and other damage. And I feel like these products are the least damaging and last the longest. A highly recommended Rusk weightless hair dryer that has good heat settings. This curling set, which is like the best reviewed curling set, it's really great. I knew I was supposed to be using heat protection, but I didn't fucking understand how it worked. And I literally sat down and watched a YouTube tutorial on how to properly use heat protectant. So my face is turning really red because of my rosacea, because I just blew hot air in my face. You want to spray it from far away. I can't even get my face in the camera. Spray it from far away so it can become a mist by the time it hits your hair. It's in my mouth. These brushes are very handy, important, I feel like. Hot curlers are definitely still damaging to your hair for heat, so you still don't want to do this a lot. But I find for the times I do want to do my hair, it lasts longer. It's also better volume, like it's a different effect than using a curling wand. And it is definitely better than putting a literal hot piece of metal clamped on your hair. It is definitely better than that. Yeah. Wow, glory be. I'm gonna do a little makeup while we let those sit. Look at this janky setup I have. How can I put that so you don't have to look at that? Stay open, dude. It's very annoying. It's not gonna stay open. What if you did though? What if you just did though? Someone commented in the last video asking if I'd gotten my lips injected, which was funny because I have gotten my lips injected multiple times in the past, but not in that video. I don't know why. I think, where can I do this? I think the key light I was using, it was like low. So I think it cast a shadow over my lip. Yeah, people were up in arms. But because people were up in arms, I will set the record straight and let you know that I have had lip filler before. I'm trying to do it for you, but I can't. I've had it on and off through the years. I will probably get it again, but I don't know. I haven't wanted to talk about it because I don't even know what my stance is. I'm not like pro or against lip filler. Like, and I feel like if you talk about it, like as an influencer, you have to have like a position, and I don't have a position. Like, I think if my sisters came to me and said they wanted lip filler, I'd be like, no, please, like your perfect face. However, I do like doing it a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. I don't want to change the shape of my lips. Like, I don't want them to look different. I just want to preserve them, like preserve the fullness as I get older. Yeah, so I feel like I have mixed feelings about it, which is why I don't think I'll ever be doing like a big talk on it because I really don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. I will say, when I was younger, I really wanted to change the shape of my lips. I've always had small lips, and it was like a big insecurity, and I really wanted lip filler. So I got lip filler for the first time when I was 23. That was 10 years ago. And like people, it wasn't like popular to do then. This was like pre-Kylie Jenner and all of that. I don't know why I like was just set on this. And I tried it for a while, and it basically like just like lip filler, an amount of lip filler that you would notice on me looks bad. I have a long philtrum, and it just looks really fake. It looks very ducky. Like, I think it actually looks decent on some people's anatomy, but I basically just had to accept like that's not what my lips are gonna look like. But I get it on and off now, like a teeny amount. I will do like half of a syringe once a year maybe, and that maintains, it basically just maintains my lip shape as you get older. So yeah, that's me and fillers. I probably will do it again. Hopefully it shouldn't look very different. But yeah, I don't know. I really have mixed feelings about it. I like don't feel great about it. I think it makes me feel like a bad person. And like I wouldn't want my siblings to do it, but then I also like it. So yeah, I don't have a position for or against. There's lots of cosmetic things that I'm like, oh, I would never, ever, ever want to do that. Like, even if my body's not perfect, I would never want to change that. Like, people have told me to get a nose job. I like my nose. It's not a model's nose, but like, whatever. Or, I don't know. Yeah, there's certain things about my body that I'm like, I know it's not perfect, but it feels important for me to just maintain it as me. And then I think with my lips, I don't know why. I always had a complex about it. But yeah, I will say the one thing I like a lot as opposed to filler, I wish I knew about this when I was younger, is Sculptra. I'm not gonna talk too much about this because like I'm not a professional, blah, blah, blah. But Sculptra, it's a biostimulator, and it makes your body produce its own collagen. And I've always had a really thin face. Like, people always thought I was older than I was, even as a kid. They always thought I was like the oldest sibling. And then I think when I had my eating disorder, I lost so much body fat that I lost all this fat in my face and I never got it back. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Like I don't know. I feel like you see that with like, you know, like when Matthew McConaughey like starved himself for a role and like his face never looked the same after. I feel like that happens when you lose like an unhealthy amount of weight. Like your face doesn't, I don't think you put the weight back on your face in the same way. Anyway, I felt like I had a really just like bony, emaciated face at like a really young age. And Sculptra, I've found, is the best thing that it's not going to change like your anatomy, but it will basically I would say it puts the fat back on, but it's not fat, it's collagen. Like it'll give you this back, you know? And yeah, so I'd do that like once a year, maybe. But yeah, basically none of this is an endorsement. That's why I don't want to, didn't think I was ever going to talk about this because I don't want people to do it because I've influenced them, but I also know that I'll get in trouble if I don't disclose it. So like, I'm not here to influence you and I'm also not here to hide it. I like don't really know what I'm supposed to do. This is something I did like 10 years ago or started doing 10 years ago. I didn't know that that people would be watching me and my life. And yeah, so I think the human answer, I think the honest answer is like, I have mixed feelings about it. I think Sculptra I don't have mixed feelings about. That I feel great about. And the rest I like to do as like maintaining my anatomy as I get older. But even that is kind of stupid. It's like, well, we're all gonna get old. Like the idea of anti-aging is nonsensical. Like you will age. You're not gonna look the same at 80. Like you will age. So at what point do I wanna start accepting that I'm gonna age? Like I don't wanna be that person at 50 or 60 or 70 or 80 who is determined to still look 20. Like I don't, you know, so I know I need to be on board with aging. I don't even like saying anti-aging because like we're all aging. But anyway, that's the down low on that. I have had fillers before and I probably will do them again, but hopefully it's in a way where it doesn't make my face look different and it just kind of like gives me a little kiss as I get older. I know that's disappointing to people to hear. And I understand if that's, yeah, a letdown, but I don't know, it's just something I've done for like 10 years. And if, you know, that's why I don't want to talk about it, because I feel like people don't want to know that, but also, I don't know. Anyway. Okay, let's get stinking cute. Okay, moving on to more important things. Let's cover my acne, huh? Okay, makeup. Let's take these guys out. This is the fun part. Come on, dog. We gotta brush it out to get that really natural wave. Ooh, look at that, girl. Please. Okay, it looks a little crazy right now, but I just need to tame it. Come on, please.
A little bit of finishing oil. Oh, no.
Trash. Olaplex number 7. It's good like for holding texture and volume, I feel like. My bathrobe keeps opening. You slut. Oh, I wasn't even holding my microphone that entire time. Okay, I did my best. I'm going out with my sister tonight. Might get it cute with a little hairband. It's hairband season. Come on, y'all, it's hairband season. Pretty good. Come on, pretty good. I just gave myself a blowout. Oh. Let's get dressed. Boom! Oh, wow. Look at that. Ooh, that's the sumo squat right there. Look at that, okay? This is one of my favorite dresses. But I got it last year, but I didn't wear it at all, and now I'm determined to wear it. I've also decided that I'm now someone who wears statement earrings. Look at that, okay? Look at that. Boom, chicka-laka, 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 chicka, boom! I'm feeling myself tonight, if that wasn't clear. Probably need some new tights. These have holes in them. Sorry. Sorry about that. This is the best part of putting on tights is you have to do a lot of this. Nice. My favorite over-the-knee boots from Stuart Weitzman. Got them on sale. You can't even see my boots because it's too dark. But they're here. This brings me to healthy habit number 4. I don't know, I should probably not enumerate them because I'll move everything around. Which is a habit that helps me in healing my relationship with food. Everybody talks about, you know, balance with what you eat. I think balance is the key to pretty much everything. But if you're someone who's prone to extremes, then even the idea of balance can become an extreme. I was talking to a friend about this the other day, and she was saying how, like, if she doesn't eat in a perfectly balanced way every day, now she feels bad about that. She feels like a failure on that front. And then it's this whole other way to, like, abuse yourself and beat yourself up for not getting it right. So even balance needs some balance. If you haven't watched the channel before, I was hospitalized for an eating disorder when I was in my teens, and I was hospitalized for anorexia, and then later I was bulimic, and later I had a binge eating disorder, and I've had a lot of them and struggled on all extreme ends of the spectrum, and balance is definitely the hardest thing. It's easy to do all or nothing, but balance is hard. And so the way I think of it is that, like, scale of 1 to 10. If 1 is super restrictive eating, really unhealthy, anorexic kind of, and 10 is my binge eating disorder, way extreme, out of control, and 5 is the balance, I'm not aiming for 5 every single day. I am aiming to hit like 4 to 7. Because the healthy people I know who don't have a strained, unhealthy relationship to food, and it's very few of them, but the people who I know, I was raised by a nutritionist who, I think one of the greatest things about my mom is she has like a really, my perception is she has a really healthy sense of her own body and weight and food and all of this. I think it's very positive. Even those people, you sometimes have a 4 day where you're moving your whole home and like you don't get to eat quite as much. That doesn't mean you're anorexic. It's just like sometimes you have a busy day. And those same people also have like 7 days where you're at a wedding, you're celebrating, you're at a fucking christening that has a lot of champagne for some reason, and you're on that end of the spectrum. So to me, a healthy, balanced lifestyle includes all of that, and hopefully they average out to that 5. So if I have the 4 day and I have the 7 day, cool. If I have the 7 day, that naturally, like, it feels a little more stressful to me because of my background, but I still can make myself think of it as like, this is in the realm of balance, because it is. I have 5 days, I have 6, I have 4, I have 7, I have 4. You know what? Sometimes I still have above 7. I really don't go below 4 though, and that feels very good. It's not that every day needs to be a 5, and if I don't hit 5, then I am just a failure all over again. That's not gonna get anyone anywhere. I think if you have this strained relationship with eating, you have a strained relationship most likely with your sense of self. So as soon as you pile on the shame, it's not constructive. So aiming for that like 4 to 7 range of whatever that is for you, it's very personal. That's what balance is to me. And there were a lot of steps that came before that for me to heal a very warped relationship with food, but this feels like one of the more advanced steps. I feel like I'm in a place now where I'm almost trying to, like, you know, really finesse even my relationship to balance so that those little fluctuations don't throw me. And it's a game changer. It's a huge, huge game changer. That's my hot tip. Hot tip. Hot tip. That's my hot tip. Hot tip. Hot tip. Hot tip. That's my hot tip. Hot tip. Ooh, babies, it's time for bed. I mean, I'm probably gonna have to go wash my face first, but for dramatic's sake, let's say I'm going to bed. And let's talk about one of the biggest life glow up tips I can give you, and I really believe in this. I think this one can change your life, literally, which is figuring out where you land on the discomfort spectrum. Whether you're someone who kind of tends to avoid discomfort at all costs, or someone who tends to overly subject yourself to discomfort. Neither one is great, and neither one is gonna make for a very happy life, nor a very healthy one. If you tend to avoid discomfort at all costs, it probably means it's hard to pursue your dreams and your passions, or maybe it means that you have a really hard time dating, because dating is like 99% just pure discomfort, or you feel too embarrassed to go and make new friends by attending this like community group event because, oh, what if it's awkward, or what if it's embarrassing, or what if I'm strange? Yeah, you will be, probably. That's like what happens to most people when they try something uncomfortable. It's like it's weird and it's strange and it's awkward. Hard to do a lot of stuff, but easy to die with regrets. On the other end of the spectrum, if you subject yourself to too much discomfort all the time, it might be that you don't have very good boundaries. You know, don't know how to say no to things, even if you want to say no. Maybe you're so afraid of people leaving you that you will just do whatever they want, and you always ignore how you feel, or you're afraid that the way you feel will push people away, so you don't really advocate for it. Let yourself be in uncomfortable situations, let yourself be taken advantage of. I think that's the dangerous end of too much discomfort. Being very comfortable with discomfort is also really unhealthy. I think you can have different answers of where you land depending on the arena of your life. Like, I would say for the most part, I am on the like too much discomfort end. I think I'm very used to being uncomfortable. But in other areas, I really need a push. So once you figure out where you are on the discomfort spectrum, then you can figure out what your growing edge is. So if you're somebody who is always avoiding uncomfortable things, there's a lot of things you're probably missing out on in life. And you might want to push yourself a little bit towards the other end of the spectrum, just a little. But if you're somebody who has like no boundaries, never advocates for yourself, feels really out of touch with like what you feel and what you experience, then maybe your growing edge is going towards the opposite end of the spectrum, a little less discomfort. And I think both are really important, finding that balance. I, like a lot of people, have a hard time saying no, particularly to the people I love, right? That's who it's hardest to say no to. But you have to, at times, say no, even to the people you love the most, and even to when it's hardest. I feel like that's another growing edge for me recently, just practicing saying no, you know, in a respectful way. And it's always followed by discomfort. Always, hilariously. There's a different kind of discomfort there. It's like you always say yes to avoid that kind of discomfort. So I guess in a way you could argue that that is also avoiding discomfort. And like the growth kind of discomfort is saying no, having that boundary, and then feeling how unnatural and uncomfortable it feels afterwards and just sitting in it and not doing anything about it. It's okay. It's a new habit. It's a new system. It's gonna feel uncomfortable. It's not gonna feel right. And that practice is something I also need the pause for. It's so unnatural and it's so hard still that I have to take that pause before like replying yes or no. So this is your sign. If you haven't figured out where you are on the discomfort spectrum, figure out where you are, and then what's your direction of growth. And you know what? It doesn't have to be nonstop. Take it easy on yourself. I'm not trying to make every single day uncomfortable. I'm not trying to grow nonstop. Sometimes I just want to coast. So take it easy on yourself. But I think figuring out like, is there too much discomfort in your life? Is there not enough? What's your growing edge? This life changer. Absolute life changer. Listen, we talked about a lot today. I talked a lot. And I hope it was fun. I hope that you feel a little inspired to level up your hair, your exercise, your relationship with food, your relationship with discomfort, and your ability to emotionally regulate. These have been sources of a huge glow up in my life, and it's always a work in progress, and that's what it's always going to be. But I hope it feels helpful to you, and I'm going to turn this mic off now, because that's enough.